This episode of Nintendo Expansion Pass is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn how to support our family of podcasts, head over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia or search for us on the Patreon app on your smart device. Thanks for helping us build something better. Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Expansion Pass here on Boss Rush Games. I'm your host and light excited Eddie V. Joining me is the one, the only Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Derrick. Hello, good sir.
Hello, do a barrel roll. No. Wrong barrel. Wrong barrel. Or the right barrel.
Ooh. Everybody, we are talking about Donkey Kong. Kind of gonna be talking about, a look at the series, some of the games, possible a movie coming out of this. We don't know if it's the next movie or anything just yet. And what can we see for the future for the series? So, Corey, where would you like to start about Donkey Kong?
So actually, we can talk about the movie and stuff in a little bit, but the reason why we're talking about Donkey Kong is because Donkey Kong is super relevant right now. As of the time of this recording, there are some Donkey Kong Country Legos coming out, and he's obvious the Kongs are obviously in the Mario movie, and the Odyssey team is rumored to be working on a Donkey Kong game. And so there's a lot swirling around Donkey Kong right now. And Donkey Kong's really important to Nintendo, right? I mean, it's
yes,
Nintendo's first truly important IP, right? It might not have been their first IP, but it's their first truly important IP, right? With the arcade game, and I know what his 45th anniversary is coming up soon. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about what kind of Donkey Kong game we want next, and then kind of talk about the potential of a Donkey Kong movie or something of that nature. I think it's time for, we haven't had a Donkey Kong game since 2014, really? I mean, Tropical Freeze got ported to Switch, but we haven't had a real Donkey Kong game since 2014, right? So that's kind of where I want to start. They kind of teased a third entry to the 2D side-scrolling game a while ago. The Italian Nintendo Twitter account, probably, I want to say a year after Tropical Freeze came to Switch, they tweeted out and then deleted a tweet about, they had 3 bananas and a bunch of Donkey Kong things and Switch laying there, and it was possible tease for a third game in that 2D side scroller. But obviously that hasn't come to fruition yet, and if it ever will, I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll get another 2D Donkey Kong at some point, because Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns were actually really good. One of the few Wii games I played. And that game was incredibly difficult. I should have just waited for the 3DS version. But what are your thoughts on Donkey Kong? We should probably start there, because we don't really talk a lot about Donkey Kong when we're talking about the pantheon of Nintendo IP, right? I mean,
yes,
a lot of people like Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo. Some weirdos like Donkey Kong 64.
Hey, that was one of my Christmas gifts.
Donkey Konga on the GameCube. Everybody remembers the bongo drums. I have 4 sets for some reason. All right. Well, we had a little snafu recording, but that's okay. So I was talking about the bongos, right? I had 4 sets. Everybody remembers Donkey Konga, boop, 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 and Donkey Konga 2, and Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, right? That's what it was called, Jungle Beat. Yeah. That was really cool. And then they ported it to Wii, and it was not as cool because there's no bongos, right?
Oh no.
So, well, you had to use the Wii remote nunchuck.
Ah,
I actually don't know if you could plug in the GameCube bongos and play that game. I
you
actually don't
should be
know
able
that.
to.
I actually don't know that. Uh, but we actually haven't really had a proper 3D Donkey Kong game since Donkey Kong 64, and I think it might be time to return to a 3D Donkey Kong game. But before we get into all that, Ed, what I mean, Donkey Kong. Thoughts on Donkey Kong?
So I played Donkey Kong in the arcade and on the NES, and um, I even played
Boop,
Donkey
boop,
Kong
boop, boop,
Junior,
boop,
Donkey
boop.
Kong Math. I played all of that back on the NES, and Donkey Kong was fine, but I didn't really get into the game until Donkey Kong 3 on the NES, and you were a guy who was trying to get Donkey Kong into a beehive. And so you would have to also like fight off wasp and and miss like the coconuts and stuff that's being thrown at you, and you had to go through different stairs, and you just have to keep jumping up, and everything that you was hitting, you would hit Donkey Kong until he got into the beehive, and it got harder and harder. um Personally, for me, Donkey Kong is a it's a great series. I enjoy the characters, but it's not one of my biggest loves in the sense. I like it and I respect it, but it's not one of my biggest loves. And I think it's because of the first Donkey Kong game, with it being so having these stiff controls and floaty jumps and stuff. It just didn't resonate me on how tight Mario Brothers games were when it came to platforming gaming than Donkey Kong. So, I mean, I respect it. I love the characters, but it's just not my. It doesn't get me like anticipated and hype. Now, the crazy thing about it is, I love Mario versus Donkey Kong. I love the Donkey Kong Country games. I literally played them on the Super Nintendo. I haven't played Diddy Kong, those games and stuff, because I was just like, okay, I see what y'all doing, but I was kind of like falling out of the series by that time and stuff. And then I know people like Diddy Kong Racing, and I just didn't it
Diddy
does
Kong
nothing for
Racing was
me.
amazing. That game is amazing.
I, I guess.
No, it's
I
it's way
was.
better than Mario Kart 64, in my opinion.
That's
You're allowed to be wrong, Ed. It's okay. Remember, we've been over this.
debatable.
It's not
So,
debatable.
but but I enjoyed Donkey Kong Country 64, Donkey Kong 64, because that was a Christmas gift from my GameCube, and I was into collectibles for games. Um, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is amazing. Like, the game looks beautiful, and I love it in motion. Just like I literally feel like Tropical Freeze may be the best Donkey Kong game in all of the series and stuff. So I do have a history with that, and I never got to fight Donkey Kong and Punch Out on Wii. Uh,
Hmm.
but
Oh yeah, I
I
forgot he
thought
was
that
in that
was
game,
cool
wasn't he?
that he was in there.
I forgot that he was in there.
Yeah. So, I I I could see a new Donkey Kong coming out for Nintendo, and the Odyssey team would definitely make sense, since they're kind of like they're great at platforming games, and Retro is busy doing Metro Prime 4. Um, I think I don't know. I think I would love to see Donkey Kong in an action RPG, in a sense.
Action
Um,
RPG. That's
yes.
an interesting take.
Be- because the thing about it is, can you see Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong in a Mario and Luigi kind of gameplay? Like like the blueprint is there. Don't get me wrong, it is there. Uh,
I
and I
I,
just
I
oh,
mean
go ahead.
I mean I could definitely see that, but I feel like you could do a Mario and Luigi and Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong kind of like
Crossover.
crossover the way they did with the babies, right? Like I think that would be
That's
super
what I would
cool.
want there.
Yeah. I think that would be super cool to see, and then like you could almost do like a Bowser versus King K. Rule or something, or
Yeah,
like maybe there's a separate story you're playing through as the bad guys, uh, and like you could use like the giant ostrich or like the giant kind of the giant gopher with King K. Rule and Bowser, right? Like I think that'd be super cool to do something like that. Or like
yeah.
I don't know. I could definitely see the next Mario and Luigi game being a crossover with Donkey Kong. It seems I mean it really seems like Nintendo really wants Donkey Kong to exist in the Mario universe, right? And I think
Mm-hmm.
if you put them in that game together, that would solidify that for a lot of people.
Yes.
Uh just because we don't get a lot of Mario Donkey Kong crossovers. Remember the Mario versus Donkey Kong games on the GBA and
Yeah.
the DS?
Yeah.
Right? Like those games were cool. Like March of the Minis was super cool. Uh,
Yes.
I, what was the last one they put out? It was like a $10 download game, but if you bought one, you got it on the other console. It was like one of the first and only times Nintendo did cross buy was on the 3DS and Wii U, whatever that one was. I forget what it was. Was it March of the Minis? Was it? I forget.
Let's
No, it had
see.
the word star in it. I think. I don't remember, but that game was super fun, and like I would totally play something like that. I love Mario and Luigi. I think we're gonna get one of those this year at some point. Actually, now that we're talking about it, uh, I think it would be super cool if we got some sort of package for all those. Are those on the Game Boy Advance thing yet for
Not yet.
Nintendo Switch
Sorry about that.
Online?
Not yet.
Because those would be there's what two on the Game Boy Advance, or is it just the one?
There's so um they
I don't
have
know.
Mario
They
versus
they've
Donkey.
they've released they've released and re-released all those games so many times.
Right. So they have Mario versus Donkey Kong on Game Boy Advance. That was 2004. Uh, the Nintendo DS had Mario versus Donkey Kong 2, March of the Minis.
Mm,
And then Minis March again was on DS iWare.
right.
Um, so those two games were on it. Mario Kart. I mean, sorry, Mario versus Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem was also on the Nintendo DS. Um, Minis on the Move was Nintendo 3DS eShop, so that was only additional title. Um, Mario versus Donkey Kong Tippy Stars was on the 3DS eShop and Wii U eShop.
Tipping Stars
Um,
is the one. I remember that
yeah,
one.
and
That's the
then
one I
Mini
remember.
Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge was on the Nintendo 3DS eShop and Wii U eShop, but
Yeah,
that was
those doesn't that
2016.
doesn't count. That doesn't count. Amiibo. Gross. By the way, I got all the Mario amiibo finally. Well, most of them when they re-released them when the Mario movie came out.
Oh,
Super
nice.
excited. Super excited. I lined them all up. I'm missing a few. I'm missing Daisy. Did they release a Rosalina for that set?
Yes,
The Mario set? I'm missing Rosalina, and I think that might be it. Boo. I think I'm missing Boo.
I know I'm missing
Let
Boo
me
too.
I gotta look those up. Hold on. Mario amiibo. But I got the Donkey Kong. The Donkey Kong one looks super awesome. Uh, Mario set. Um, that Donkey Kong looks freaking awesome. Uh, just in case anybody cares. Uh, man. Gosh, I went to the website thinking that I could just find these so easily. Ha! Cat Mario and
Thank you,
Cat Peach.
game.
I don't know if those really count for the Mario set, the real Mario set. The wedding ones. I'm missing. Oh, I'm missing Goomba. Okay, here we go. I'm missing Goomba. Uh, well, I thought I was missing Goomba. I'm missing Daisy, Boo, and Rosalina. Those are the 4 that I'm missing from that set.
Ah.
So, yeah.
So Corey, what about Donkey Kong, Paper Donkey Kong, and a Woody World style Donkey Kong? Like, or do we see Donkey Kong even just hitting a different art style?
If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/BossRushMedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.
In the future.
I mean, I don't think Donkey Kong is as flexible in terms of art. I mean, it could be. Actually, you know what would be cool? Remember when they did that the drawings of Donkey Kong? Hold on, I'll find it. But I think that would be like a cool 2D art style that they could do. Hold on, I got to look it up because I don't know how to describe the art style, but it was super cool. And I think they could do a lot with this art style. 2D Donkey Kong? 2D Donkey Kong. 2D Donkey Kong. Okay. So, let's see. I don't know how to send this to you, but I will try to. I guess I could just send. I'm going to send it to you via Twitter, our Twitter chat, Ed.
Okay.
Because it'll be easy to drag and drop from there. Here's this. There you. All right. I'm going to send it to you here. Did it work? No, it did not. All right. We're going to try this again.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to send it to you here. I like that art style. I think they could make a cool 2D game out of that.
Yeah.
And then, but I would really like to see. Here's the thing: the 2D games are so good, right?
Yes.
That I would love to see a third game in that. But also, I wonder what they could do with a 3D game now, right? Uh, Especially with like the success of or some sort of Mario 3D World style Donkey Kong game. You think that
Now
would work?
that I would be down for. Yes.
Because like I don't think I don't know if they could do a whole 3D game with Donkey Kong again. But I think if you did level by level in an interesting way like Mario 3D World, I think that'd be super cool.
Cause you got the characters like Donkey Kong, Diddy, um, Dixie, and then Cranky. If he wants to hop in it, shoot, Cranky could be like Scrooge McDuck from Ducktales or something. And for all I care, like I think you could all put that kind of game together in a 3D world style. Like I would be down for it and everything. I know somebody
Yeah.
be like, Eddie, you're not thinking of like a Simpsons or some kind of beat 'em up. I'm like, no, I think Donkey Kong feels good in a platform sense and everything. Now,
Yeah.
if they want to do like just like an eShop kind of thing for it, like and release it for like $9.99, like almost like a box boy, box girl kind of thing, I'm down for that. Like if they want to do a beat 'em up, like or if they want to do uh something even with the graphic, like the artwork that you show me and everything, if they want to do something small with that, they can, because I think that definitely people will buy it and definitely that'd be a good reaction. And that'll give Nintendo a heads up. Hey, we would love to have more of this. And if Nintendo sees good sales from it and good positive reviews, I think Nintendo gonna be like, okay, we got future DLC, and bam, drop something, and then be like, okay, now we got the physical version of all these levels of all the content.
Mhm. Right. Yeah. So I think Donkey Kong needs to oh, excuse me. I think Donkey Kong needs to find a way to be exciting and and maybe I don't know. Another thing I thought about too was like, what if we literally got an updated version of the arcade game, but with like fully rendered 3D, like a 2.5D style thing, and
Ooh,
like
yes.
and but it's like a 2D game, and like maybe the first four levels are just like updated versions of the arcade game, but then like almost like Donkey Kong 94 for Game Boy, but like
Uh huh.
fully rendered out on in modern graphics would be super cool too. And maybe you make it more uh even if you're playing as Mario, like you throw some Koopas in there, maybe Diddy comes in with his little jetpack and tries to shoot at you or something, right? And then you find power-ups on your way up. Like I don't know, I think it could be kind of interesting or cool to do something like that. And that would be like
Yeah.
that would be your box boy, box girl, $15 or $20 download game, right? I mean,
Hmm.
uh, or Ed, speaking of download games, stick with me. Donkey Kong 99, like Tetris 99 or
Yeah,
Pac-Man 99.
I can see that happening.
99 Donkey Kongs.
Well, it's like, well, no, because Donkey Kong wouldn't be able to be in a puzzle kind of game.
I know, but it's a race to the top.
Oh wow.
And like if you get a certain amount of points, you get a power up to kind of take like, and then you can send your power ups to the other players and take them out as like
Oh,
obstacles or something.
be throwing banana peels, sliding your Tetris piece out of the way, so it mess up
Yeah.
your, like, you about to get a straight Tetris, you throw the bananas shift stuff over, and you're like, oh dang it.
Hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that'd be a cool idea. Although realistically, I think I would just I like your Paper Mario idea though. Like a crossover of like either Paper Mario or Mario and Luigi or something to
I
that
like the
extent.
I like the Mario versus Mario Luigi kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like like for a role playing game, because I'm just like, you would have a 4-person party. um you already know to make the game mechanics, and like there's not, you I'm like, they both jump and punch, so like it wouldn't be too hard uh for it, and then you just give them some items and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that would be a cool idea. So, but let's let's switch gears a little bit. I think the next obvious step for Donkey Kong though is some sort of movie announcement, to be
Hmm.
honest. Whether they announce it when the Mario movie comes out on Blu-ray or whatever, or sometime in another Nintendo Direct down the road. I think the Donkey Kong movie is definitely happening, and I don't think you cast someone like Seth Rogen in the Donkey Kong role and not have a Kong spinoff movie. I
Yeah.
just I don't think you do that, right? Yeah, I get it. He's not like the biggest named actor or anything, but like he's still pretty big. And so if I would totally expect a Donkey Kong spinoff movie. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know what kind of role he plays in the movie really, except
I
that he's
say,
just in the movie.
yeah, his voice and personality and performance in his voice really fits Donkey Kong. um and in a movie and stuff, and so you really get the idea, be like, okay, they made the right decision of making this person Donkey Kong. So to see that happening, like, the only thing that I would love to see would be like Diddy Kong and stuff, and like what would be the plot, because like King K. Rool or King Crew, um what is, like, is he gonna be the main person? Because I'm like, he you know he doesn't really have a love interest like Bowser has in
Mhm.
something. So, or is there gonna be something a little bit more sinister and stuff? And of course you're going to have to keep it kind of fun, because definitely they got, well, I'm gonna say assets, they got an idea because of the Mario movie of where it can take place at. But I'm like, I would love to see the island, DK Island,
Mhm.
you know. And then
Yeah.
you got his friends and everything, and uh some other stuff that's in the game, like outside of Cranky, the the one who like is that car mechanic or something. Um like I would
Funky?
love to see, huh?
Funky Kong?
Yeah, Funky Kong. I couldn't think of his name for some reason. Um,
What's
I
wrong
would
with you,
love to
man?
see
What's wrong with you?
what. Oh, wow, I would love to see what role he plays, and I think it would be very comedic and stuff. I just don't want Seth Rogen to make Donkey Kong insufferable. That's the thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think he's. I mean, I think he's past uh the whole kind of um what do you call it, the Pineapple Express, however you want to explain him to people type thing, right? Like I think he's way past that at this point.
Being an
Um
oath.
yeah, I think he's smart enough to know not to do that, especially with Nintendo at the helm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think what he's done since, like, I don't know if you saw gosh, this was probably almost 10 years ago at this point, but uh the movie about Steve Jobs that he was in as Steve Wozniak, he was actually pretty good in that movie. I think this Ninja Turtles movie he's doing looks pretty interesting and fun. I think he gets it, you know,
Yeah.
uh, and you know, I I really truly think he gets it, and I think he gets Donkey Kong from what I've seen, right? And I don't think he would do the Seth Rogen thing. I think, yeah, you're gonna hear him laugh, you're gonna hear him, do some dumb things that he usually does, but I don't think they're gonna make a whole movie based around that, right? I think they're gonna make it more interesting than just that.
Yeah, I think for definitely Seth Rogen, I think in a sense he's kind of matured as an actor in a
hmm
sense. So
He's a great actor in term like a great dramatic actor. Like I don't think he gets enough credit for that because everybody just thinks of him as like the stoner guy, right? Which, granted
right.
he is, but like I don't think he gets enough credit for some of the other things that he's actually done.
Yeah, because I didn't get to see the Steve Jobs one. That one I wanted to see. I know there was two movies that was out that was dealing with it and stuff, and I know
Yeah.
I seen a clip with them like yelling because he was just like trying to tell Steve Jobs, get your stuff together and everything.
I think he was nominated for that movie, like for an Oscar.
Huh.
He didn't win, but I think he was nominated for best supporting actor. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, that was the one with Michael Fassbender. There was also one that came out like a couple months later with Ashton Kutcher in it. So
Yeah, I. But yeah, I could see him. Uh, Definitely, and I think he was just having fun with the Mario movie and everything. So I think he still can have fun with this one, kind of show how he was back then until now. Like, of course, it'll be like his origins movie and stuff, um, and everything. Ooh, excuse me. Now, before anyone say anything, we know about the cartoon of Donkey Kong. They don't need to go that far or incorporate any of that into the movie. I think they could just like really make a fun
what if they found a
movie.
funhouse mirror and that like he looked into the mirror and that's what he saw?
Oh wow.
or something like real dumb like that. I know Nintendo would never do that because they're pretty embarrassed about their past, but like, oh my gosh, that'd be so funny. Or like he eats a, quote unquote special banana, and it's like he see like it just transforms into that for a couple minutes.
The purple banana from Donkey Kong 64.
Right. Ugh.
Oh my goodness! What if he picked up the wrong bananas instead of the yellow ones?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I mean, we're gonna get into this in the next episode of Expansion Pass where we talk about IP that where they would fit in an entertainment role instead of a gaming role, but like
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think Donkey Kong would fit better as a movie. I don't think there's enough you could do there to make a TV show out of it,
I
especially
mean,
with, I think in the age of quote unquote prestige TV, and I think TV in general, like I think Donkey Kong fits better as a movie, in a sidekick role to Mario, right?
right.
That's just how I feel at this point.
And I think definitely I would say his movie look and his Smash Brothers look with when they do the trailers and stuff are two separate things. Um, you know, in the Smash one, he looks more like fierce and everything. Where the movie one is just like family friendly and oriented. And playing a little bit of a goof and show off. But I think I have to agree with you that he fits really good when it comes to entertainment stuff. Definitely in a movie form than like I would say a TV short or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the Mario movie. I'll probably wait at this point though to see it in a some sort of streaming, or I'll probably actually just buy the movie because I think, I don't know, I've gotten this weird itch to buy movies that I like
Mhm.
recently. Uh I've been looking at the Indiana Jones 4K steelbook cases, and like I really want them even though I own all of them on Blu-ray already.
You know what? I've never seen the Crystal Skull.
Hmm. I like it. I know I'm in the minority of that. I don't think it's the worst Indiana Jones movie. I think Temple of Doom is the worst Indiana Jones movie. But
Temple of Doom is which one? The third one or the second?
second one, the one where they go to India and Kalima, he holds up the three kind of things to,
Mm-hmm.
he's like the demon worshiper guy, and he pulls that guy's heart out, and he's still alive, and then he burns him to death.
I'm gonna have to
Short round.
rewatch a short round.
Granted,
I have to
granted,
I have to rewatch it.
to me, all those movies are good, at least. Now, the third one is, depending on what day you ask me, is like my favorite movie of all time. It swaps between it. There's three movies that take that top spot, depending on what day you ask me. But that movie is incredible to the point where I was on, I was on eBay the other day looking around for movie posters because like when
Uh-huh.
we move and I have some sort of space to actually like spread things out, I'm going to get a Last Crusade poster. Um, and a 1990 Ninja Turtles movie poster. Those are like the two posters that I really want to hang up and frame, have them framed, and not just like a generic Walmart frame either, like a really nice frame,
Mhm.
and hang them up in some sort of studio or office.
Is there a 4K collection for it? Indiana
There's
Jones?
there's not a collection, but they are available on 4K.
Okay.
So if I get the 4K ones, I'm gonna wait until the new one comes out and just buy the whole box set. To be
All right.
honest.
Then there's probably like a Blu-ray 4K. I mean, not Blu-ray 4K, just a Blu-ray edition of it.
Oh yeah,
On
there's
there.
I have the 4 movie collection on Blu-ray already.
Okay. Cause I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm gonna buy it. I'll probably pick it up at Best Buy tomorrow. And then Thursday, literally sit down and watch all 4 movies. Um, because I seen all three, but I forgot all about them. Like I
Mhm.
don't know. Like I can't recollect some of the things. I know the him being chased by the boulder. I remember the heart one coming out and stuff. I remember
The third one's the best one because it has Sean Connery in it, which is the
What
best.
did he do though in that one?
He's and they're searching for the Holy Grail.
Okay, yeah. See, gotta rewatch it.
Oh man, the third one's the best one.
I know the Nazi skulls. Um, catching burning and stuff and melting it. I remember all
that's
of that.
The first one. That's Raiders.
That's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to sit down and watch all of them because Crystal Skull is gonna be a new one to me. Maybe I'll pick up some pizza and like literally sit down and just watch them all day.
So Crystal Skull, I actually don't have a problem with that movie except for the jungle scene where they're fighting and driving through the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a problem with the scene per se. There's a particular thing that happens in that scene that drives me insane because it's just utterly ridiculous. But I'll let you watch it and figure it out. It doesn't have anything to do with driving or fighting, and so I'm just going to let you know that. But I actually kind of like Crystal Skull, to be honest with you. On my personal top 4 Indiana Jones movies, it ranked number 3. So
really,
yeah.
So, but the second one is your last.
Yeah, I Temple of Doom. If like now, granted, I'm one of those people who, when I sit down to watch them, I have to watch all 4 of them, and I have to watch them in order. But if I had to not watch one, it would be Temple of Doom. It's fine, but like I don't know. Movie's weird. Anyway, Dial of Destiny coming in June. Very excited. My dad and I are going to actually go to the theater to watch it. I haven't been to
put out the trailer. Oh no, I think you said they got a trailer out for it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet. I have to watch it.
Yeah, James Mangold is directing it. So, of Logan fame.
I have not even watched that last movie.
I didn't really care. People are gonna curse me out or whatever, but I didn't really care for Logan either. So
I do want to watch it because I still think the Wolverine when he was in Japan. I think that movie is still good. I really love that movie.
One. That's the best one. So
because that movie just looked beautiful. Love the action. Just like I know some stuff I pulled from the comic book, but I'm like, this is just top tier good.
Yeah.
So
so good.
I hope the Donkey Kong movie, that they make it or whenever we see about it. And I'm good with the 90-minute Donkey Kong. Great.
Yeah. Get in, get out. Hopefully King K. Rool comes in with a giant pirate ship. That'd be cool.
I wonder, are they gonna do like pay homage to Smash, like how they introduce K. Crew and Banjo Kazooie and stuff.
Oh yeah. Do you want if Banjo Kazooie was in that movie and then they made a Banjo movie? Okay, get me out of here because I don't want to talk another 90 minutes about a Banjo Kazooie movie, which would be awesome, by the way.
Microsoft, you got the property. Why not?
So here's the thing about Banjo Kazooie is that it would have to be on the level of like, and it almost to the point where it almost be like an adult cartoon, right? Mm-hmm. Because there would be so many jokes that would just go over kids' heads and parents would be laughing. That's the kind of movie that needs to be, right?
Yeah.
Love Banjo Kazooie. It's so good.
What's the other one?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Not Conker. Oh, Conker would just be an R-rated film that just that's not gonna work. If the Five Nights at Freddy movie's not gonna work, nah, Conker wouldn't work. No, the one platformer that we like, that we love, from not Playground.
What, Ukulele?
Ukulele, yeah.
Platonic is the studio.
Platonic, that's it. Ukulele might be a good fun one, like for shorts and stuff. I think that would be good. Stuff.
Man, Impossible Lair is so good. Everybody go buy Impossible Lair. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. Buy that game. That game is amazing. It's on sale all the time too. I think it's not on sale on Switch, but it's on sale on Xbox, and it's $3.88. Buy that game.
Snag
Or
it.
you could buy the bundle for like $8.
Oh, nice. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for Nintendo Expansion Pass. We kind of want to know what you guys would do with Donkey Kong. Have you played it? What kind of movie would you want to go see? What kind of next genre that you would love to see Donkey Kong in? You can let us know. With that, everybody, have a great week. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you next time on Nintendo Power Block. Nintendo Expansion Pass.
It's all the same.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Nintendo Expansion Pass is part of Nintendo Power Block and is a product of Boss Rush Media LLC. The show is recorded from our headquarters in Akron, Ohio, and is hosted by me, Edward Varnell. My co-host is Corey Derrick. You can find Corey at I Am Corey in HD on Twitter and Instagram, as well as hosting the Boss Rush Podcast and Tower Casuals, the Destiny Podcast. Follow Expansion Pass as part of Nintendo Power Block and on all social media platforms at Power Block Podcast. You can also follow Boss Rush Media and Boss Rush Network on all major social media platforms. Join the Boss Rush Network Discord and Facebook groups to interact with other friends and fans. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.